All right, I'll let that time out good enough. I was trying to get that all worked out that I can actually do the spiel in one riff of the song, which I did. I did pretty close to it. Damn it, I almost got there. Um, let's turn off some of this stuff. Let's see if we can get chat rolling. I'll bring back up Skype here in just a second. Let me turn on. Whoa. Alright, let's see if we can get some after show here. Let's see. I'm gonna try a new browser window. This is so annoying. Alright, you guys are back. Did anyone have any chat going on right now? Do you guys see any chat?
No, nothing.
No, it's just been going in and out.
So frustrated. We can't do much of an after show without Twitch chat.
Well, we could try to suggest people go over to a different chat system. Because I would love to answer some questions.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could make people download IRC or something.
Well, here's... yeah, sorry you were able to connect. Question coming from the Final Boss crew. Emily wants to know, what color are your eyes, Landsoul?
Oh my gosh. They are just blue, I guess.
Just blue, I guess. No one can see mine. I actually have green eyes, but behind these glasses and like glare and stuff, no one can see it. Which I'm really dark today. I noticed that like halfway through the show, I couldn't change it because of, you know, obviously being live. But I was super dark all night.
To be honest, the lighting in your room is pretty bad, from what I'm seeing right here.
Let's see. Well, I mean, I made my lighting on purpose to be front lighted because being lit from the side and crap is really annoying. Camera settings are not good. Like, they've changed. My exposure went down, and I don't know why it really, really screwed up for some reason. Like, my brightness was low. I was super dark. So there we go. That's a lot better. I don't know what happened. Every time I turn on my camera, apparently, it, like, reloads and changes. But yeah, my gain keeps going down. Like I have it turned off of auto, and it keeps like slowly going down. I don't understand. But yeah, I know I have a soft light in front of me that's diffused to give me like so I don't have like a thing in my face. But and then I have a soft light here, and my overhead is soft light as well. So it was just my camera settings, I guess. I was super dark. But I have to wear these glasses because my eyeballs are terrible.
Right.
I'm an editor.
You just need like a little bit of natural light in the room, maybe from the back, and it will look great.
Well, I can't. There's like the only window in my room is way back there, so there's nothing to get into me, and I have a screen behind me. This is actually a screen, so it's a black curtain. So I don't know if I would see any of it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know why.
Something that's been suggested to me, by the way, is that
Sure.
if Twitch chat doesn't work right now, we might want to consider using Twitter. And it's possible that if people, you know, have questions like than one tweet, they could put that into a pastebin link and then, you know, tweet us the pastebin. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. If you guys can tweet us questions, it totally works too. You can tweet at FinalBossTV. I don't know why my camera is just terrible tonight. I'm like that's the white balance I need. I don't know. I'll have to fudge with it later. I was super dark. But yeah, you can tweet at FinalBossTV. And we can check them right off here on... I can load up my Hootsuite. We can grab some questions for a little bit here.
Go do it. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
We're here for you guys, so... You know.
Implying chat ever works on Twitch. Hey, chat works on Twitch sometimes.
How many... God, you know, I remember the last couple of shows, it crashed me frequently, but I think that this is the worst that's ever been for some reason.
Well, PAX. I think PAX is destroying their bandwidth right now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if you guys have some Twitch questions for us, ask through Twitter. And we'll hang out here for a little while to see if it's working.
I know that some folks on my IRC channel also want to ask questions, but I'm not sure what the best way would be to, you know, to get those moving here.
Sean K723 asks, Landsoul, what is your opinion on arms being a niche for cleave and AoE specs and getting blown away by Fury and single target?
Maybe a little bit more context would help. Like what patch?
Well, I think he's just asking for right now. Yeah.
So for the next patch, I mean, arms is really not a niche. I don't think. Like I said earlier, the step in the staircase in the scaling line for arms is pretty big when you get a weapon, and that just in itself, like if you can get a weapon, I would say arms is the way to go for a while.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's just I mean that's half your skilling right there, and it's easier, it's more flexible. I don't really think that Fury's going to blow it away on single target anymore. I really don't. But in Throne of Thunder it definitely did.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Magdalena, boxers or briefs?
Who asked that? Just out of curiosity.
Nah, Nangs DK.
Of course he would. Nangs, just no.
So no boxes or briefs. You heard it here, confirmed on FinalBossTV. Magdalena runs commando. Got him.
Oh wow.
Got him, coach. Pingwing TV, thank you very much for being here.
Anything
let's
else?
see.
Not really.
What's your opinion on, this is by Big Fat Cow. I think Big Fat Cow's been here multiple times. What's your opinion about being able to down a boss with 0 melee versus not being able to do it with all melee DPS due to mechanics? It's a good question. You literally could do every fight without melee.
You could, but at the same time, let's consider what kind of cooldowns melee might bring. Let's also consider what kind of damage they might bring. Look at Iron Gaunt, for example. Would you be able to do it without melee? Of course. Do melee make it a lot easier? Yes, they do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is not me saying that there isn't a melee versus range issue. It's true. There absolutely is. But as far, I don't think that, just because you can down every encounter with range doesn't mean that you necessarily will. It's basically what I'm trying to say. And yes, again, I acknowledge a disparity exists.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. Landsoul, if you have anything you need to add.
No, I totally agree, but at the same time, you can do whole bosses without any range.
Some,
but you could do more bosses with all range than you could do some bosses with all melee. So, one good example would be heroic protectors in tier 14. Like you would literally bring 1 melee just to soak the gear, and maybe to have a cooldown, and everything else is ranged. That was kind of extreme, but
yeah,
there are bosses like that, and hopefully there will be no more in the future. But that's just for a top-end guild, killing a boss for the first time. That's just how you deal with it. You have, instead of a mix and range DPS, you have all, 17, 18 DPS be ranged.
Yeah.
Because you just have you have the capability to field those players or those classes.
Changing gears here from Final Boss Chat. Mag, where are you from, and where do you live now?
I'd rather not discuss too much about my personal life, but I currently attend college in the United States.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I hope to also attend grad school here.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, we talked about that earlier today too. You are running a huge load of college credits here soon. It's gonna be wild.
I'm kind of a masochist in that way.
Well, how about Landsoul? What is your favorite game to play outside of WoW?
Of all time, or just currently?
I guess just right now, yeah. The tagline is it Dota?
Yes.
Okay.
Dota
2? Dota 2?
Dota 2.
Yeah. How about, this is both of you. What are your favorite alts to play in WoW?
I guess I'll go first. My favorite alt has been the Rogue. My main alt, however, is the Shadow Priest, which I'm trying to learn how to make that more pleasurable for myself and kind of enjoy it more. But I just think that
Okay.
I think Rogue is, just a little bit more exciting, and they have a lot more tools. That's kind of cool.
Rogue's exciting? Are you nuts?
Yeah. Well, then this is from someone who's been playing a warrior for almost 9 years now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Mag? What do you play alt-wise?
Back in Cataclysm and also in Wrath of the Lich King, I really enjoyed playing a Resto Druid because damage dealing and tanking you can do on the DK. So having to fulfill a completely different role was amazing. I also have a Red Paladin that I don't play as much. Recently, I've really been enjoying playing a monk. I found that both Brew Mastery and Mistweaving, like both these specs, have amazing toolkits that have been a lot of fun to level with. I don't know how much I'd enjoy them at the end game.
Yeah.
But so far, just leveling with them has been a lot of fun. Looking to a 5.4, which is a lot more alt friendly, I can definitely see myself doing alt raids with the monk, potentially even with the druid as well. And I've sort of been thinking about leveling a priest as well. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a prop paladin who's 90, but he's terribly geared, and then I have assorted other alts at like 80 that I've never leveled since forever. And I went back to this at the beginning. I mean, I have a 9-to-5 job. I'm an editor for Florida Hospital. I treat my stream as a job too, and then I do the show. So I don't do a lot of just playing games for fun. It sucks when you become like a content creator and you have a real job too. It's weird to balance the two. I played like a little bit of League last night for like 2 hours. That was like all I had for recreational stuff yesterday. But this is from Nor King. Landsoul, are you satisfied with how Warriors have banned this expansion?
I want to say yes, but I want to say no as well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of been a roller coaster up and down thing.
Yeah.
Tier 14 was really good. Throne of Thunder was kind of crappy for me, but that's just kind of a result of having to move guilds twice. And I think that Tier 16 would be really nice, but I would say overall no, because my taste for this expansion is not as highly of the other ones. So.
How about we didn't bring it up during the show proper because I didn't want to get off on that tangent, but Ride Roams asks, and so does the Final Boss chat, Landsoul, what does the spreadsheet progression look like?
The thing with the spreadsheet is that it's one of those things that I have to focus a lot on to progress further, and it's very close to being in a state where it's at my standard. I've kind of taken this as a separate project, not as just like, okay, I'm just gonna update my old one. It's a totally new project, totally revamped from the ground up. It's more kind of algorithm based and simulation based than it was before, but it's very close. I just don't have a lot of time right now to kind of finish out this very last one complicated problem. Basically, I'm designing an algorithm which will hit all your cooldowns based on a particular fight, when it's best to line them up. Like if you have offset cooldowns, like for example 40 seconds versus 2 minutes, how exactly do you put everything together based on the fight length? And it's a really complicated problem because you have shifts and offsets where the Colossus Smash is going to be. So you have this map of when initially you think is the best map of how to hit your cooldowns, but then there's shifts in the fight and also in your rotation of when you hit Colossus Smash, because everything is tied to Colossus Smash. So
yeah, so much is a roll around that spell, I know, for just my warrior buddies. It just seems like it's a huge linchpin.
I mean, that literally is like the last problem that I have to solve before it's like ready to get tuned up and pushed out within a week, literally. So I don't have the luxury of time to just sit there for 3 days and kind of like Charlie Epps style. I don't know if any of you guys have watched the show Numbers, but just like lock yourself in a closet for a week and kind of pound out the solution of this problem. So And I feel that after I can do that, then it would be up to the standard of what I would want to show to the public. So it's almost there, and you know, disappointingly, I've been working on this for like a year and a half, but yeah, that's my feeling on it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I heard about from you when I brought this up with the Final Boss crew, is that you're like this awesome spreadsheet guy. You're working on some like huge like Bible for warriors right now, and people were really excited about it. So
yeah, it's pretty much what it's going to be, and hopefully, you know, it would be the one tool to rule them all. Basically, you wouldn't have to, you know, have any add-ons for reforging, or you wouldn't have to go to Simcraft, or
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
God forbid, maxdps.com or something like that. It would just all be in one package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Arday asks, Landsoul, how did you get the nickname Landmine?
This goes back to when I first joined Vodka back in the Ulduar. So my kind of progression into hardcore raiding was from guilds that weren't so good. So when I got accepted into Vodka, it was kind of like jumping 2 or 3 steps in a ladder. And, you know, I didn't have, you know, the kind of situational awareness that, you know, I do now. And so there's this boss in Ulduar called
XT?
Yeah, XT. So Heroic XT, he throws, you know, mines on the ground, and you know, there's all these visual effects going on, and you know, if you hit a mine, then you died. So there was myself and, you know, this other ret paladin who I won't name, who was notorious for hitting these mines and dying, and that's how I got the nickname Landmine.
All right. That's good. Good to know. Important questions.
Yeah.
Ugg Riot from Kill Jaden asked Landsoul, so can you explain the basic rotation? Which spec? I don't know which spec he's asking. For arms, he retweeted. For arms, what's the basic rotation for arms, I guess? Or like the priority list?
Sure. I guess, well, I can't explain the whole thing, but
Sure.
I guess I kind of condense it into a few sentences. So
And the best place to watch it is when he raids on his stream. You can watch.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the best way to do it.
So, you know, put up your Mortal Strike, keep it up, and then, you know, your next comes your Colossus and your Colossus uptime. So you want to make sure that you're not overlapping any Colossus durations. So a Colossus has, after you hit the Colossus, 4 GCDs afterward, which would take on the Colossus debuff. The 4th one can be another Colossus. And after that, it's deciding whether to hit Overpower or Slam. Basically, if your Colossus is up and you have the Rage, then you want to hit Slam. Otherwise, then just hit Overpower, and that's it. That's the whole rotation. I mean, you could maybe get Stormbolt and use them inside of Colossus Smash as well. And also, any Heroic Strikes or Cleaves that you're doing should be in Colossus Smash. But for the most part, the rage generation for arms is kind of flat and kind of, you know, gradual and smooth. So it's very easy to, you know, it's kind of a slow-moving kind of rotation spec. And, you know, if you have AoE, you just hit Sweeping Strikes and Thunderclap to put up your deep wounds. And
Yeah.
with the new tier set, sometimes you'll get some Execute procs, so you'll end up saving them for when your Colossus comes up and just pop them off inside your Colossus, and that's pretty much it. There's lots of little tiny variations everywhere here and there that you'll have to learn, which I can't discuss right now because that would take hours, but yeah, that's it.
I think we're being corrected here. Apparently, it was Mimron where you died on the mines. XT also has mines too, but I think it was Mimron, the ones that one-shot you. Yeah, XT's mines won't kill. Okay, yeah.
The guy with the big red button, that one.
Yes, that's Mimron. Yeah. Okay. You answered another question too, asking about the 5.4 execution set bonus. So basically, whenever you Colossal Smash, you get those procs. Just save them for when Colossal Smash is up. Right?
Well, it's a catch-22 as well.
Oh, is it?
So, let's take, for example, Fury, right? So you get these procs off of your Bloodthirst. And you would be inclined to save it because it would hit harder in Colossus Smash, but at the same time, you could overwrite that proc with another Bloodthirst. So it's a trade-off between, okay, how far away is my Colossus? What's the percent chance of this being overwritten? You know, what is the risk? Should I, you know, you want to kind of use it because the proc is only 12 seconds long too.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you have the potential to overwrite that same proc multiple times, but the proc chance is low enough to where you would be inclined to save the proc for the Colossus to do more damage. So it's kind of a gamble. It's like, yeah, you don't want to waste procs, but at the same time you want to inflate that XQ damage with the Colossus.
Okay. Apparently, don't let Magdalena fool you. He's a closet rogue. And if Mag was on an island stranded by himself, what item would he take with him?
That's easy. Hearthstone, of course. Because
No, wait. A Hearthstone to go back to where you were, or the game Hearthstone?
No, a Hearthstone.
Because both would be good choices. Because you know you could just, yeah, that would be
Totally.
You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cooldowns. Do you prefer them? Do you prefer timed cooldowns or CDs with an X number of charges, and why? This is a general for both of you. So I guess like Sweeping Strikes has charges, right? When you pop it.
No, it's on a 10
Not anymore.
second.
Okay. So like, are there any things that have charges on them anymore, cooldown wise? I'm trying to think. I mean, for me, I don't have any cooldowns.
Blood Surge and like Taste for Blood overpowers, but I mean I wouldn't consider that a cooldown.
Yeah.
Really.
And as far as DKs go, no. I mean, Unholy Frenzy and Gargoyle have set durations, and so you know, Dispeller of Frost. And to be honest, I'm not so sure if I'd like it if they had charges. I mean, again, it's funny because Gargoyle was a cooldown that was widely, you know, criticized among DKs.
Yeah.
You know, with you know, which was quite legitimate as well. And in 5.1, I'm going to be honest, it was an awful cooldown, and I had pretty much given up all hope on it. But I was proven right. You know, I was proven wrong. But the developers like put in a huge amount of AI, got some amazing fixes, and it began to scale with our mastery, and it's now a very, you know, a pretty potent cooldown. I honestly, I can't imagine a world where, you know, the cooldowns that I've mentioned so far have charges.
Question I was asking chat that actually went through was, do you feel that when they add named items like Landsoul's and ICC or Rossi's upcoming item, that they are trolling min-maxing warriors with the stats, or do they think they know, they just don't know any better? I know the ones that are coming in the patch now, we talked about the one that was for Sheena is not optimized for warlocks. So I wonder if are they trolling, or are they just giving you stats on these items in the first place?
I don't think that they designed the stat allocation just to be best in slot, because I mean, you know, 3 years later, I have Landsoul's Horn Great Helm in my bank, and who cares what stats they are, right? It's just something cool. It doesn't necessarily need to be, you know, best in slot at the time that it comes out. And I don't think it's necessarily trolling.
Yeah.
Either.
No, I don't think it is either. I mean, it's the point of it is that you're an item in a game now, and you're immortalized in that regard, right? Like you're in the game forever. Unless you get like, you know, Nax Ramus and you fall out of the game. But anyway, I think Blizzard just has formulas to build items, and they don't always make sure that the item base is perfect for each spec or whatever.
Yeah, you can't make every item be best in slot. That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I saw what you said, Anna.
To be fair, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't I think it was Australian's Sutured Cord, wasn't that best in slot for?
Yeah, it was best in slot for Red Paladins and Warriors, I think.
Yeah, and there was also Talks. What was it? I think it was Bracers in ICC. Not Tech, Talk. I'm being very clear over here.
Which the
oh no, sorry, not Talk. I think it was Dusk's Arm Guards. There you go. My bad.
It's like Thok, like TH. I don't remember.
No, it was Dusk. That's my bad.
Oh, Tosk, yeah.
Yeah.
Maximize risk cards.
Tox maximize risk cards.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason that plate classes wore leather back then was because there was agility and attack power on items instead of just strength. So It was just it had 5 stats instead of 4 basically, and it was over budgeted. And it turned out that the agility and the flat attack power was better than just the flat strength on a 4 stat item. And armor penetration, but we won't talk about that.
No. Rest in peace and pieces. Most warriors, this is from Jim Cabine. Most warriors I've seen are Orc. Most agility-based melee are Pandaren. Is Orc that much better for strength melee? I guess we're talking about the Epicurean double food versus blood fury or whatever.
The lack of alternatives as well. So really, it's either Panda or Orc, and just Orc has so many more benefits. They have the option to get the racial in there, you know, if you have an axe, and just you know, the unused cooldown is, you know, lining up with other cooldowns, so it's a spike benefit versus a flat benefit, and we all know that spike benefits are better in general.
And the thing about Pandaren as well, and their double food is really good, but it's only good if you never die.
Yeah,
if you ever die, you lose all the benefit because you lose your food buff. Yeah. Whereas if you're an Orc, you die, you still have your
that's changing now in this next patch, where it's a little bit more survivable because, you know, they can, you know, hit their shield wall, you know, without sacrificing their damage, and it's on a lower cooldown. So
that's true. That's true.
Hopefully we die less.
Anafil had a question that came through. Do you still use your Firelands 2 set bonus, Landsoul? She's a guilty warrior that does, and she's wondering if it's common.
That's, I don't know, that's so insignificant. And
is it?
Well, it is a gain, yes, but just think about the risk involved. You know, on a progression pull, like if, you know, you mess that up even one time out of 100, it's like so bad. But no, I don't use it because I don't feel like that's killing the boss. Like, that's not going to kill the boss.
Yeah.
So why bother? Why risk?
This is a good question, because I know that we were going to touch on it, and we did in the show a little bit, but that Magdalena has made the Arcurus IRC channel, which will be linked on the YouTube VOD, and when I make the post on the front page of the website, it'll be there too. But he has this awesome community that he's, you know, developed. It's IRC community for DKs, but for Landsoul, what forum community would you think is currently the most helpful in regards to theory crafting and mechanical discussion for warriors? From Ski Boy.
I really don't know the answer to this question because, you know, I've kind of lately disassociated myself with those forums. It used to be EJ was, you know, the go-to.
Yeah.
Now I think it's shifting more towards MMO Champion because there's that has the best audience and a lot of community, you know, a lot of community members go there to help other people, like less so EJ. And I think EJ is kind of failing a little bit because, you know, they've shifted more towards, you know, advertisements in the forums and being very picky about, you know, what's being posted in there, and, you know, you can't post this, or, you know, that kind of deters people. And MMO Champion is, I think, emerging in that regard.
There is a little bit on MMO, but MMO Champion really isn't, I guess, you know, point it out. There are people that make forums about it, definitely. But yeah, we talked about EJ a couple times before, how there's a little bit left on there. Apparently the Boomkin community is good, but yeah, it seems to have dwindled slowly. But then again, it deviates off to like specific realms, like TotemSpot or HowToPriest.com or Arcurus or places like that. They make their own communities. But that's kind of the backbone of what Final Boss wants to do, is combine and put those communities with these, you know, with the paragons of the classes in front of the people, so that if they don't know where to go, they can, you know, get you guys' opinion or what you guys do for the community, where to follow you guys at. So
yeah, I think EJ had the right idea that they want to create, you know, a structured community.
Yeah.
But if you just like let everyone in, and it just, there's a lot of extra stuff in there that, you know, how do I improve my DPS, you know, forum posts and things like that. Those don't belong in those kind of forums. So maybe if
rate
you had
my armory.
Yeah. So like maybe if you had a forum like that where it had privileged posting but anyone could read it, I think that would be the best scenario for a forum like that.
I mean, you don't want to discredit the community and the everyone else from being able to communicate and get their thoughts out there. But then there's when there's too much overflow, you don't get enough of the actual pertinent information filtered through.
It's all about how the forum is structured.
Yeah, a little too much rabble would be not enough, information coming out to it. Yeah. Apparently, Arv Wow Landsoul, why do people call you Landsoul?
I don't know. There's actually no reason. People just do it. I'm not, a sheep, so
No.
It would be the same reason why someone would call me Lamp Soul.
Lamp Soul. I think it's just people making fun of Landsoul. I definitely
got pretty thick skin, and it doesn't really bother me. So.
Norking retweets again, asking Landsoul if he willing to give into more specific stat priorities for arms in 5.4.
Well, I would say go with crit still. I mean, the differences between crit and mastery is not that big for arms, but you definitely want to focus more on eye level and weapons than what secondary stats are on the item. So with Fury, you want to focus more, on crit, and the item is good and then it has crit. And sometimes you would take a lower item level item just because that has crit on it, and then the other one has like hit haste or something. But for arms, you really can't do that because strength is where a lot of the increases in the spec is generated from.
Yeah, the spread of chat works a little bit. Agix says the spread of information is actually a pretty common problem with theorycrafting, and that happens a lot for people to get advice that don't actually know what they're talking about. Yeah, and that's some of the things that I'm really trying to work on squelching with FinalBossTV, is that I'm getting these people on the show that like beat the shit out of this game and their class. They know so much about it to really help the flow of proper information, really, because there's lots of hearsay and through the grapevine that goes around the game, and it's kind of pollutant. And especially since the game is now, and I've said it before a million times, but more people raid now than ever, and then even more will raid next patch with Flex. So many people that don't know as much about the game because they'll go to a forum, they'll go to Noxus, they'll go to Mr. Robot, they'll go somewhere, and they'll just read something and just take it for face value, and then they won't get the best out of the
People treat quantitative information too highly, and they don't relate it to themselves at all. So you need to be able to take quantitative information and ask yourself, okay, how does this apply to me in my current situation right now? If you can do that, then that's how to get better. But if you just take all this information that's out there on the internet as face value, and you have no idea how to interpret it, then you're not gonna improve.
Yeah. So last but not least, before we get out of here, apparently Magdalena's getting put on blast a little bit that he didn't remember Devium's ring from ICC, since Devium was a DK.
And I have a confession to make here. This
is
probably going to horrify you all.
Oh no.
I had no idea who Devium was through Olafrat or Cataclysm. I'm sorry, you know what? It's true. I had no idea. Mostly, I think, because I wasn't very involved with tanking in Wrath, and I only really started up Acarus and Cataclysm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that player still plays, but if they still do, then then power to them. But yeah, sorry about that.
When did you start playing, Mag?
I started playing. Well, that's
more
a complicated
when
question.
did you start regularly raiding and having to pay attention to all this stuff?
That was
that's a different question.
That was definitely in Wrath of Lich King, which is when I when I started actually raiding. I vividly remember my very first raid, which was, believe it or not, was Archivon in VOA, and then I also have memories of wiping endlessly in Naxxten. And I know that people, will rag on about what a horrible tier that was, but it was my first taste of raiding, and I remember literally crying with laughter for hours. It was just so much fun at the time.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then for pretty much all of Mists of Pandaria, I've been with something wicked.
Yeah. Well, there are some other questions that came up on Twitter. You guys can get them answered through them, and I think they'll be typing a little bit more in chat here as it catches up. But for everyone here at Final Boss and the awesome guests we had this week, thank you guys very much for watching. And we will see you here next week. You guys can say goodbye real quick. Landsoul, again, thank you very much.
Yep. Thanks for having me, and thanks everyone for watching, and all of my loyal fans that follow me wherever I go and support me in what I do. Thanks a lot, and thanks for FinalBossTV for having me on.
Absolutely. Can you guys hear the rain outside? My goodness, Florida. Magdalena, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Remember, if you have any questions about DKs or are interested in DK Theorycraft, Acros is always open to, newcomers. If you have any questions about it, then just head over to the blog that was linked earlier, and it'll take you straight to it.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep, sonofalich.com has the Arcurus info for the IRC. And then again, for me here, you can get me. People were asking if we stream on Twitch. Both Landsoul and I do, and our info has been posted up, and it'll be also on the YouTube video as well. This will all be up on YouTube by tomorrow, hopefully. And then we still have the MP3 only versions on the way. It's a money logistics thing right now we're working on. It's not cheap to buy the RSS feed and the hosting for all the stuff, but when we do, we'll have Stitcher on the website, and you can just listen to them all in MP3 format only. But we'll see you guys here next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and 10 CET. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.